Driving would have to be considered sinful because we're called to protect life and to preserve life and to cherish life and not to put anyone else's life at risk. So when you're looking at it from that kind of issue, then yes, you'd have to consider it somewhat sinful. But we all do it.
Well, let's now send it back out to our camera crew to ask even more local drivers how they feel about cell phone use while driving.
Well, I give my kids very strict rules on how not to use a cell phone while they're driving whatsoever. Do you know how many young kids get in accidents while they're talking on the cell phone trying to drive? Way too many.
So you never use your cell phone while driving?
Never. I could not believe how expensive those boots are. I mean, can you believe that? I mean, it's outrageous. It's really wild how expensive things are. Have you checked the price of cameras too? Oh my God. Well, sometimes I have to. And what I do, if you miss a phone call, you miss a paycheck.
So we've done our taxes and submitted the 10 WEZs or whatever they are, and hopefully hang on one second, and hopefully that we'll get our money back this year and end up in the black. But if we don't, well, we'll be in the red, and we'll just have to take out another business loan, which I would really hate to do.
Sir, how do you feel about that?
I feel good. Hold on just one moment. But anyway, I gotta send a message. Hang on one second.
Sir, how do you feel about the...
Hang on, sir, please. Okay. Shoot.
How do you feel about cell phone use while driving?
I hate it. Who doesn't hate it?
But,
I don't like cell phones, period. They can only lead to distractions, especially when I don't even think they're good when you're walking around in public. Because when people have cell phones and they're walking around the mall and they think, oh, I'm better than everybody else because I have the power to talk to my friends when nobody else does and I can ignore the rest of us. I just don't like them. No good can come from cell phone. Oh no, that man, he's ran himself into a tree. I've got to help him. I have to call a payphone.
Oh boy, do I wish I had a cell phone so I could ask for directions. That GPS is useless. Absolutely useless.
Right.
Turn right? What do you mean turn right? I can't turn right.
Recalculating.
Yeah, recalibrate and tell me direction I need to go.
Turn right.
What? Turn right? Did you say turn right again? I can't turn right. If I turn right, I'm going to be in the middle of a lake. Do you really want me to be in the middle of the lake?
Turn right.
Oh.
Well, you know, I'm not a big supporter of it, but when you're as popular as I am, you really got to keep the people happy. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Hey, Pedro, how you doing?
Why are you pulling in front of me? I'm trying to drive here. Why are you pulling in front of me? Get out of your car, man.
I'm gonna have to call you back, Pedro.
Now that we have learned the dangers of driving distracted, especially with cell phones, we should set some rules for ourselves to learn to be a safer driver. Some rules we should all follow are: set a good example for your friends and family. Never talk or text on your cell phone while driving. If you are a passenger in a car and the driver is talking or texting on his or her cell phone, ask them to pull over and stop the car or wait until they get to their destination. Before you drive, turn off your phone, put it out of reach, and don't turn it back on until you have reached your destination. Vow to talk on your cell phone only when it is safe to do so. Set your cell phone ringer to mute or silent so you won't be tempted to answer it if it rings while you are driving. Change your voicemail message to let callers know that you are not answering your phone because you are driving, but that you will call them back as soon as it is safe to do so. Drive defensively. Even though you're not driving while distracted, you should always remember there could be other drivers who are distracted. Driving and multitasking don't mix. Remember that driving time is just for driving. If you make a call and reach someone who is driving, tell them you'll call them back or ask them to call you when they reach their destination and it is safe to chat. Let's check back in with our local drivers and see the progress they are making while trying to become safer drivers. We asked them to limit their driving distractions to see how it would turn out. We'll start with Taylor, who has given up shaving while driving, and it seems to be working out for him. Nice chin, dude. And it was also good to see Taylor decide to ignore that call and keep his attention on the road. Next, we'll check in on Ann, who has decided to keep her attention on the road. But how will she find out about all the major sales going on in the department stores? Let's watch.
Ella, I'm gonna call you back.
This week only at Sears, 20% off all shoes. And while you're here, check out our cameras. Wow, that sounds like a good deal. And also a smart decision by Ann on ignoring Ella's phone call. Let's now move to Brittany, who now does her makeup before she leaves home.
Oh, hey. Sorry I missed your call. Traffic was bad, and I heard that you shouldn't talk on a cell phone while driving. Can be kind of dangerous. So how was your date with Bartholomew?
Smart decision on waiting to talk on your cell phone, Brittany. At least someone seems to be paying attention to what I'm saying. Finally, let's go to James, who has stopped eating in his car and is trying to quit using his cell phone while driving. Silencing your phone? It's that simple, folks.
Can't you see I'm driving?
Well, at least he's getting a lot of practice.
Leave me alone.
How popular can this guy be?
Quit calling. That'll teach you to call me again, Pedro. I told you I was driving. That'll be the last time I take your sister out on a date, Pedro. I was being nice. What do you think about that now, Pedro, huh? Don't worry, I'm a AAA member.
Well, folks, let this be a lesson for you. Even though cell phones can cause major distractions while driving, they do come in handy in emergencies. Best of luck to James. Hopefully somebody will come by and help him soon. Well, it looks like we're out of time. Hopefully all of you all watching now have a reason to find ways to become less distracted while driving. And remember, when driving, stay between the lines.
Oh my God, it works. Yeah, help me. I'm broke down here on Pedro, I told you to leave me alone.
While they're talking on the cell phone trying to drive, way too many.
So you never use your cell phone while driving?
Never. I could not believe how expensive those boots are. I mean,
Have to consider it somewhat sinful. But we all do it.
Well, let's now send it back out to our camera crew to ask even more local drivers how they feel about cell phone use while
can you believe that? I mean, it's outrageous. It's really wild how expensive things are. Have you checked the price of cameras too? Oh my God.
driving.
Well, I give my kids very strict rules on how not to use a cell phone while they're driving whatsoever. Do you know how many young kids get in accidents?
Driving would have to be considered sinful because we're called to protect life and to preserve life and to cherish life and not to put anyone else's life at risk. So when you're looking at it from that kind of issue, then yes, you'd have